3, and you need 3 seniors. So you want to get 3 people that are creating 1,500 points worth of volume between them, each, to get your volume. Now, 6,000 points is halfway down to silver. Isn't that great? So it ties in beautifully with the compensation plan. So do 2 Business 21 clubs, and what are you? You're a silver. Isn't that good? Okay, now what's the reward for doing a Business 21 club? $250, and who gets that? The A and the B. The A and the B. We made that change this year, didn't we? Now that's a really important change because we want to reward you for duplicating. Yeah? So that means if I'm brand new, I want to get started as a business builder, you should teach me to go out there and do 500 points every month. Do at least 100 points of worship, so you can be an example to your team and go out there and get a few customers. If you do that, you're going to get retail profit at 25%. You're now going to also get the customer reward program of an extra 50 points per customer that does 100 points, or per 2 customers who do 100 points. So you can get multiples of 50 points worth of free product. If you go out there and get 3 quality enrollments in the business as well in a month, you get an extra 150 points. But if you do that as a part of a Business 21 club, you're also going to get $250 cash. But if you help someone else do a Business 21 club, you'll get that again. And every time you help someone to do a Business 21 club, you'll get $250 paid out, paid out, paid out. Now, we're working on something this week as a result of our leaders call we have every Tuesday, where we're going to start paying out that Business 21 club bonus every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Is that good? So that means if you start to get finished the week after the 3rd, the week after the 15th, we're going to start paying that out. Right, so there shouldn't be longer than 2 weeks you have to wait. Yes, you can. Yeah, we can leave that. We can leave that. So we want to pay that out straight. Why? Because it's a good activity. We want to put money in your pocket straight away. A and the B, yeah. The A has to be the same A, yeah. And let me tell you why. Because when we started this in Europe, it was interesting how the Business 21 came into fruition, because we put it together in Europe, and North America put it together independently. And we came up with about 90% the same behavior, activity, and reward independently at the same time, which was kind of spooky, yeah? But Europe did it slightly different. And what we did in Europe was we rewarded the A and the B. And we said that A has to be consistent. Because the principle behind this, it's not just about the volume, it's about training your team. Yeah? If you get multiple people doing it, you're not really invested in that person, and they're not necessarily learning a consistent method of behavior. But if you team up with them and say, I'm going to link arms with you, and this month, you put the appointments together, I'll do the presentations, and what I'd like to see ideally is that they start that, then they do it together, and then the A maybe steps back, the B takes over towards the end, so that by the end of that, you've now witnessed, participated in, and maybe even led 21 presentations as a new person. You think you're going to have confidence that you can do it next?
Oh yeah.
That's a good way of doing it. And what we saw when we did that was Europe's success rate, as a result of having a consistent A getting rewarded, was significantly greater than North America's. Yeah, as a percentage of Business 21 clubs. More were being done, and more were being achieved. Okay? So we said we're going to change that and find out over the years. So we made that change to make it a consistent A. What I would say is, utilize technology as well. It's great to be face-to-face as much as you can, but if you need to be on Skype and do it that way, or on a webinar or something like that, that's okay. I don't want to pick hairs and go, oh, well, was that really 21 individual specific presentations? The critical thing is that you're out there working together as a team, creating the volume and training and teaching and mentoring and working together. Yeah? So if you've got 3 people in the room and you do 3 presentations in one go and you're efficient, I'm not going to split hairs on that. Yeah? So don't get concerned on that. Be efficient, be effective, use technology to your advantage, and do it well. But you've got to have the consistent A, because I believe that's an important part of doing the business well. I've worked with some of the best networkers in the world in my time, which has been a great blessing to me, a great education. And there was one guy that I worked with in a previous business who came in and he became the number 2 distributor within about 2 years of a company that was on an upwards trend to $1 billion. So he was generating literally over $100,000 a month after month, very, very quickly. And his approach was really interesting. He'd say, he'd go, are you serious? I'm going to sign you up, yes, you're good. He would determine if they were really serious for them to partner with and justify that time. He'd say, okay, I'm going to move into your house for the next 2 weeks. I can sleep on the couch. Yeah? You don't need to be concerned about hospitality. But over the next 2 weeks, I want you to fill our schedule. You fill it up with as many appointments as you can, and I'll do the presentations when you close the deal. So that by the end of 2 weeks, that Business 21 club, or maybe 2 Business 21 clubs, is done. And he would go in and he was going to live with it. Also, can you imagine the pressure that you feel then? And you're up by the sales, I'll see you count. You make my time count. Yeah.
Ain't happening.
Yeah. Now, I'm not suggesting you all need to go out there and live in someone's house for a couple of weeks, but the principle is really important. Commit your time to those guys. I have one of the... I've got 5 minutes. Another example I think is really important. There was a lady that I was working with in Ireland a number of years back, and she was struggling. She had great ambition, great hopes, but she was struggling to get traction in her team. And at their very best, if they put on a monthly national meeting for Ireland, if they would average about 30 people in the room. That would be their average attendance. But she really wanted to get to the next level, but she was struggling. And so we had one of the American leaders, who was the upline, said, I'll come over now. Maybe I can do the speaker circuit. Yeah? And he spoke to me, he said, what would you like me to do now? I'm happy to jump on the road. We can do some events and I can speak and motivate the team. And I said, unfortunately, that doesn't really work. No offense. Yeah? I said, if you really want to make it work, I would like you to come over and build a business with us. Come over and recruit. Come over and work the business. Don't just talk, because you can go back and then forget about it. So he said, okay, that's cool, I'll do that. He was very, very coachable. Yeah? He said, I'll do that. So he spoke to this lady, her name was Jane, and he said, I'm going to be in Ireland for 1 week. He says, I want you to book appointments, meetings, events for a group every night for the week that I'm there. During the day, I want you to fill up my time with one-on-ones. We can do ABCs. We'll do one-on-ones. I'll do one-on-one mentoring with your leaders. And in the evenings, we'll do events with prospects. Fill the room, and I'll do the presentation. Well, once a month, if she had an event, she'd get 30 people. How do you think she felt when he said, I want you to book up 7 meetings in a week? How do you think she felt? She was scared. She phoned me the night of the first meeting, right? And she said, Ben, she says, I feel like a schoolgirl that's throwing a party, worried that no one's going to turn up. Yeah? Because I've got this guy here, he's a multi-million-dollar earner with the business, come all the way over here and support me. What if no one shows up? But she felt that pressure, that burn, a month in advance, because she knew it was coming. So what did she do? This is what they normally do to get 30 people in a room. Here's the meeting, this is when it's on. I'll send you out an email. The email went out. The invitation is there. We're good to go. And the leaders will talk to each other, and then there will be the same guys who will come month after month. Right? Nothing was good. That's not how you get people to lead it. So, in this instance, she was stressing. So, they got their phones. They were calling everyone, not just sending them an email. Because all of a sudden, she realized an email doesn't really cut it. Yeah? Now, she knew that before, but the pressure wasn't on before. Now it was. So now she was phoning people. But that wasn't enough either. So they started putting ads up in shop windows. Right? They got lots of little high street stores in Dublin. They put up these little ads in the shop windows. And then they're putting ads in the newspapers. And then they're talking to their leaders and saying, okay, you're brand new, but you've been in a month or whatever. How many people can you bring? I want a commitment. Right? And how many are you bringing? We want a commitment. And I'm going to bring this many. And then they got, on average, 30 to 40 people every night of the week. Right? Isn't that great? Yeah. And importantly, at the end of every night, they recruited, on average, about 10 new people a night for that week. That was a great change. Now, that was a pivotal change for her. And she went on to become one of our highest earners in Europe after that. Now, I sat down with her after that week and I said, Jane, what lessons did you learn from this experience? Let's have a debrief. Yeah? And it was really interesting. She said to me, she says, you know what I learned then? That we've got this big raw diamond that came over to do the presentation. She says, I learned that I can do the presentation just as well as him. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. Not every raw diamond is a wonderful speaker at the front of the room. You don't have to be. But what she missed was the confidence, the belief in herself that she could do it. She goes, I realised that I could do that. And therefore, I can sign 10 people in a night, if I wish. I said, do you know what I learned watching this? I said, I learned that you now know what it takes to get people to meetings. It's not the email blast. Yeah, it's more than that. You put in significant effort to get people in. Whatever you think is required.